Hi guys, welcome back to the Stitching Corner with me, Miss Mao. Sorry this video is getting up late. What happened shortly after I filmed my last video was I got hit with the flu. And I got hit hard, so now that's over, it's past. And let's get into it, so here we go. 2014 wrap up. And we're going to start with my finishes that I finished for 2014. You will all remember Heather. I finished her in 2014. This was a Heaven and Earth pattern. It was a bulletin board stitch along freebie. Artist is, I believe, Hannah Lynn. I think this one is Hannah Lynn. Cherry Teapot finish. From the Mary Englebright Cross Stitch for All Seasons book. Another Heaven and Earth bulletin board stitch along piece. Mermaid of the Deep. Like that. This, like I said, another bulletin board SAL freebie stitch along. And this artist was Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And then I finished the Autumn Sampler, and I embellished it with some buttons. This one was the Prairie Schooler. I can't remember which leaflet it is, but it's from the Prairie Schooler, and it's called the Autumn Sampler. And then what I did is I wrapped up the jar. Yes, it's pinned. I still haven't quite finished it, but all the stitching is done. The 2014 Ort jar. On the top is a bumblebee. I got that pattern. It was a freebie from the Drawn Thread. It's called the Beekeeper. And then from that pattern, I drew inspiration for the band. I repeated the bees from the Drawn Thread pattern right there, but they're bigger. And then I found that alphabet with numbers. Free one online. So that jar is ready to go on display because it is done. I decided to get proactive this year and do the 2015 Ort jar topper early. So there it is. It is a pumpkin. Another one from the Drawn Thread. And then we all know that I broke my rule of no new starts. Oh, I also finished the blue sneaker from the Mill Hill kit, but that's a Christmas ornament now on my son's Christmas tree, and it's packed away. Excuse me, I seem to have picked up another cold, and I'm getting over it, but I still have the cough. Water, healthy. Let's see, so I had one new start this year, and that was one of the Christmas stockings. I started with my husband's. I'm going to take this needle minder off now because put this aside for now. I might even take it off the Q-snaps, but that's what I was able to get done since I think I started it August or something like that, or October. Over halfway done. Still have to do all the back stitching. So there was that new start. Okay. Move all that out of the way. Okay, now to do my review of what I worked on. That's what I'm currently calling active whips. You all know I worked on this year the Flower Bride. That's all the farther I was able to get her to. So now she was an active whip this year. See what I've started doing now? I've started rolling up taking it off the sidebars and then just rolling it up onto the scrolls for long-term storage. or, you know, something I'm not working on so it doesn't stay into tension. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create little bags for each of these sets so they can slide right into a bag and stay clean that way. So there's the Flower Bride. And then I worked a bit on the Teresa Wentzler Carousel Horse Winter. Looks like this. I worked down on that bottom. As you can see, I had to pick out a lot, and now I'm starting to build it back up. It's kind of gone back into being a whip in timeout because I keep getting frustrated with it. And then I have Middle Earth map. As you guys can see, remember I got 2 page finishes. And this is all the farther I got on it. I'm trying to see this in the camera. There we go, yep. I didn't get really far on it. There we go. Into page 3, but I found the edge of page 3, which is always helpful. So there's that. And then I worked a little bit more on another Teresa Wentzler, the Celestial Dragon. So there's that. I almost have the corner completed. And then I worked a little bit more on Melinda and Moohoo. I know I didn't show you guys this at the beginning of my the first video of my channel. It's because she was hiding. And when I went through to put all my stuff away into that neat organization I showed you, I'd found a couple more whips, and she was one of them. So there she is. This is another Hannah Lynn from Heaven and Earth. It's called Melinda and Moohoo. I got it because the girl has my name, Melinda, and it's very hard for me to find stuff named with my name. And what I'm doing is I started parking, but then I decided, let's see, where is it? I started parking up here, if you can see that. And then what I did is I decided to stop parking, and I decided to start filling in all the black, because that's going to make the back look amazing and help the back stay neat. So there's the back of it when you just work on the black. It basically looks like the front because I'm not carrying any stitches. I tell you, it is possible to make these big Heaven and Earth ones neat backs, but it does take a lot of planning out how you're going to stitch and where you're going to place the next stitch and how far if you're going to carry anything. So there's that. So that was all the active whips. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 active whips. 6 whips I worked on. So that makes them active whips now. 6 of them. If you remember, I started out the year with 14 whips. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 finishes because I'm counting the jar topper and jar band as each a separate finish. So that, like I said, 7 finishes, 6 active whips, 1 new start, so that's 7 whips, 7 finishes, 7 whips. There we go. There's 14. I did not get all the way through my whip pile. As you saw, I have there still in work, but I have some that I didn't even work on at all during 2014. So they are going to be going into what I'm going to call, I don't want to say UFO status because I do plan on finishing them. These are not going to become unfinished objects. I'm just going to call it non-active whip status. And if I do move anything into UFO because I'm tired of working on it, I'll let you guys know. But non-active whip status was this one. Little Heaven and Earth freebie. I believe it's called Fairy Tales or something like that. Another one not worked on. The Black Sword, another Heaven and Earth. This next one I'm showing you is another whip I found when I was cleaning up. It's a Teresa Wentzler. It is Rapunzel. No work was completed on her throughout the year. Angel Procession, another Teresa Wensler. No work at all done to that one. Here, let me pull these out so I can count them. What is this? Oh yes, Gypsy Firefly. I got no work done on her this year, which kind of upsets me because I love the artist Amy Stewart. She's actually now a member of YouTube. She does have her own YouTube channel. I'm going to link it below in the description box so you guys can go check her out. It's a great way because now you kind of get to know the artist a little bit more. Love the artist Amy Stewart. I love this series that she put out. It's called, this one is called Gypsy Firefly. Get all the parked threads. So no more work was completed on her. That's where this one stands. About a page and a half finished. The ones that are in this series, and I have 2 of the 3 that have now been released on patterns in Heaven and Earth, and that is Gypsy Firefly, Wanderlust, or Wanderlust, however you want to pronounce it. And then the new one she just released towards the end of the year called Wanderer's Cove, or something like that. The reason why I like them is it features the same woman throughout all of them, and the same fox. Excuse me while I untie this ribbon so I can tie it back around. Kind of a little upset I didn't work on this one more, but hopefully that'll change this year. There we go. And then another Heaven and Earth SAL freebie. Didn't work on it at all. This one is called Rose. And then the Evangeline column. I didn't get any more work done on that one. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 non-active whips. So that's 7 that's still in the whip bucket that need to get worked on. 7 finishes. 1 new start. So that's, okay, I had to recount. 7 finishes for the year. 5 whips worked on. 7 in what I'm calling non-active status, and 1 new start. So I don't think that's a bad year. No. The fact that I got 7 finishes, actually 8 because I forgot to count the blue sneaker. 8 finishes. That's pretty good. I'm calling them 2014 successful. Okay. Now for my 2015 plans. They are as follows. I am going to do an every 2-week rotation. And that's because I'm going to make Middle Earth Map my focus this year. So when I say every 2-week rotation, meaning for 2 weeks out of every month, this is what I'm working on. I'm working on Middle Earth Map. The other 2 weeks, I could be working on any project that I have going on or a new start for those 2 weeks, or I could break up those 2 weeks into each its own week. Like right now what I'm doing is because on January 1st, I did the Mirabilia Stitch Along by Miss Milky Bar Kid. I'm working on the Enchanted Mermaid. And then I also have the Heaven and Earth Bulletin Board Stitch Along that I'll be working on. I haven't started that one yet. I'm going to. I just decided to start the Mirabilia one first. So I've been working on Enchanted Mermaid since December 1. I think on Saturday will be my last day. Saturday, which is January... I'm sorry, not December 1. I've been working on her since January 1. Words and thoughts. I can use them and make them. And then I think on Saturday, which is January 10th, is going to be my last day working on her. And then that next week, I think I'm going to start one of Wonderfully Hopeless's. Halfway through that week, I think I don't know how I'm going to do that next week. I might break it up. We'll see. We'll see how I feel, because then starting on the 18th, I will pick up Middle-earth Map and work on that one again. And then hopefully at the end of the month I can show you some really good progress on Middle-earth Map. And I know you're all probably dying to see how much I've gotten completed on the Enchanted Mermaid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up and swing the camera around and show you. So close your eyes if you get a little motion sick. Okay. And you guys get a nice shot of my bedroom while I'm doing it. Don't squeak. There it is. There is the Enchanted Mermaid. Or as far as I was able to get on her from January 1 until today, which is January 8. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I need to show you that too. My sister made me a Frogger for Christmas. It's wonderful. I love it. But there she is. Yes, I am doing the skin over 1. There she is. Well, guys, it's been great. I'm really hoping to get more videos done up. I have a plan for a new series of videos called Let's Compare, where I'm going to be comparing different, the first few videos are going to be the different other threads out there. Like my first Let's Compare video is going to be part 1 of Sullivan's versus DMC, where it's going to be, I will compare the color and the hand feel of the threads first, and then in this part 2 is where I'll compare how it is working with Sullivan's versus DMC. So, I hope to see you guys come back for that one. I hope this is going to be a great year of stitching and finishing. And as always, happy stitches, and keep those needles moving.